Well, this is a thing.
Actually, it's an it.
It is a thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this isn't John Carpenter. This is it.
Chapter 2.
What is it?
What is it?
This thing. What is it? Friggin' Faith No More. You want it all, but you can't have it. Yeah, we're...
Everybody from that era is dying. What the fuck?
Oh, God,
Guys
dude, you're depressing me again, man. The only one who's still alive is Eddie Vedder, and I don't even like Pearl Jam.
Me either.
Technically, he's still alive.
No, like I said, he's the only one left.
What do you mean
Not
technically?
Eddie, but
from Faith No More.
Mike, yeah.
Yeah.
How is someone technically alive?
I don't know.
Because their fucking careers are dead.
Woo!
Wow.
Oh,
But I'm technically alive, but I'm dead on the inside.
Oh, okay. Cool.
well, but yeah, Chris Cornell, friggin' Kurt Cobain. I mean, Scott Weiland. They're all gone now, man. That sucks.
We still got Creed, motherfuckers.
They're from Florida. They don't count.
Man from Florida joins Creed.
Oh God. Oh yes. Okay. All right. Let's get to this. This is It Chapter 2, the official teaser trailer. So I don't know if you all remember this, but you probably don't because you weren't here when we watched the original trailer. No, because that was well over a year ago.
Okay.
It was well over a year ago.
Fair enough.
So I said that Jessica Chastain should play the adult version of Bev. I said that, and I was just like, yeah, if I had to pick it right now, I'd say Jessica Chastain because she looks exactly like the girl who played Bev. And other people were saying like Amy Adams, Bryce Dallas Howard, and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, either one of them as well. But I really think Jessica Chastain would nail it. And guess who is playing her in this film?
We pulled some strings.
Amy Adams. Jessica Chastain.
Wave that big reaction channel money around.
Yeah. I threw it her way,
done.
and she was just
done.
Yeah, she was just like, yeah,
Good job.
I'll do that. Yeah,
What
you're
a power
welcome.
move.
You're welcome, everybody.
I
So
charmed
what
her.
hard drugs was Stephen King on when he made it?
Cocaine, probably.
Was it
A
cocaine?
lot of cocaine.
Well, you've seen how thick
Pretty
the
sure
book
that was
is.
one of his
Yeah.
Swear to
I,
God, dude, it's thicker than the L.A. Metropolitan phone book.
I've read all his nonfiction. It was cocaine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Schizophrenia plus cocaine.
There's
Yeah.
alcohol and cocaine. Basically.
Hey, that's a potent mix right there. Depressant and stimulant. Just woo!
Yeah.
It
makes your
kind of
brain
just
go
like makes you
sideways.
not drunk anymore, so you can drink more beer. I'm not
So you
speaking
get-
from
So
experience
you get
or anything,
super drunk.
But if I were speaking from experience, that's probably what I would say.
Okay, there's drunk on cocaine, super drunk.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
get super
that's
drunk
right.
on cocaine because you have to get drunker to even know you're drunk.
I always heard never to do both stimulants and depressants at the same
It
time
can stop your
because
heart, man.
it's basically it'll make your brain go sideways, which is basically what hallucinogens do. So
Well, I guess
it
that's
really
why I
makes
guess
you
that's why I
fucking
got so
weird.
messed up off like doing 4 Jaeger bombs in a row. That was fun.
Yeah, that's dumb.
I know.
I'm glad that I stopped doing that.
You know,
shit too.
they actually outlawed people doing Jaeger bombs in Australia, of all places. Australia, the we kill shit country.
Yeah.
Not emus.
They have to have like
Oh!
12 locos down there.
I used to do Jaeger bombs like when I first started drinking, but I just kind of started to feel like it was a bit of a waste of energy drink because you're just drinking a fuck ton of energy drink when you could just be taking Jaeger shots and they taste pretty good by themselves.
Right.
So,
Fair enough.
like, I started just taking shots of Jaeger after a while and was just like, I'll occasionally drink a Jaeger bomb just because it's like, yeah.
Oh, why
it's
not?
pretty
I'm
good,
down
but
with the Nick method on that.
That's fair enough. Yeah.
I've never had a Jaeger bomb.
Just take the
For
Jaeger
real?
shots. It's easier,
I've
faster. and gets
never
you
been
pumped.
drunk, never been high. I've even smoked a cigarette.
You know, I mean,
This pure-bodied soul right here, ladies and gentlemen.
whenever
And yet
you
somehow
want to
I
take a walk on
spent the
the
last
wild
week
side,
If
crabbing
you
my
were
guts
ever
out.
to do one thing, Micah, I would recommend if you ever have
Mushrooms.
the chance. No.
you touch my
No,
man.
mushrooms.
No.
Mushrooms. Don't do mushrooms. They scare the shit.
Lay the hat over it.
Do LSD one
I
time.
believe.
LSD is 100% safe
Let's
as
say
long as
that
it's
guy's
made
big
correctly.
feet. Sorry.
And
LSD.
don't do too much of
LSD?
it.
No.
I've done too much
No, that
LSD,
sounds-
dude. That shit
Oh, yeah,
messed
yeah,
me
yeah.
up.
But
Never, dude.
I still recommend everyone try that at least once.
No.
LSD. I don't know about that.
LCD?
It's completely non-addictive. You actually couldn't be addicted to it because it has like diminishing returns really, really heavily compared to other drugs. Like if you trip one day and you try to trip again the next day, you'll barely get like anything.
Well, there you go.
Because it like has a basically set amount of time you have to wait before you can do it again.
Yeah.
that's what
But
I've
it
heard.
lasts a really long time. But as long as you put on like really cool music or watch stuff like Planet Earth or something like that, dude, it's a really cool experience.
I feel like I'm gonna be tricked into something.
Yeah,
like,
No,
touch that doorknob, I dare you.
it's like,
I remember you said you messed around with Double K while we were.
Oh, it was brutal. He was on shrooms, and I screwed with him so hard he plotted to kill me for a couple months, and I didn't even know about it. But I was just like creeping in and out from the door, just going.
while he was on shrooms.
While he was sitting there on the couch, like terrified of me, I would like, yeah. I just started fucking with him hard.
Wow.
Then he plotted to kill me for a couple months.
So
He like
you were
broke
just,
down
like-
and told me like, man, I just want to tell you.
So you were like some like ginger Cheshire cat, just like you're just like your
Well, I didn't
face
have my
popping in and out of
beard,
reality.
and
Like
my hairline was a little bit more forward, so I looked different. I looked like a really
Irish
really,
Eminem.
Yeah, an Irish M&M deprived of nutrients.
that seems worse. That seems worse.
It was scary. I mean, I was halfway Gollum.
You were
know?
Eminem. You were Eminem full relapse.
Yeah, full relapse.
Oh God. Well, that went off the rails, but we had a funny story there. Hope you all enjoyed it, and we're
Don't-
about to enjoy the shit out of this trailer.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Speak for
Yeah,
Unless
or
it's
you'll
LSD.
be Stephen King.
All right, let's get to this before we get any further off the rails.
Unless you want to be a New York Times best-selling author like Stephen King.
Yes, can I help you?
I used to live here.
Hey, Bev.
Won't you come in? It's the least I can do. Is it like you remember?
Cleaner.
Well, you feel free
There's
to
my
look
drugs.
around while I get the water boiling.
Let's do that, Bev.
The fuck? Was that covered in blood?
Yep.
Yep. The blood from way back when.
Ugh.
Jesus.
There you go.
See, it's that kind of shit.
Old
That,
lady popping and locking out the hallway.
I do apologize.
Dang it, Nick.
It gets so very hot here this time of year.
See the remote anywhere?
Well, you feel like you could just about
Just
die.
gotta turn it up a little bit.
But you know what they say about Derry? No one who dies here ever really dies.
Okay, there we go. Sorry.
Whoa.
Whoa.
But tell me, how is it being back in Derry?
It's good. Strange.
Strange? Oh my.
Jesus.
I had some cookies in the oven before you came. Stay right there.
I shouldn't impose. I'm gonna.
No, I insist.
She got like bruises on her
Your
wrist.
photos are lovely, Miss Kirsch.
Why
Are
was she
these your
trying to
family?
flash her titty
My
at that
father
other
came
chick?
to this country with $14 in his pocket.
What did he do, Mrs. Kirsch?
My father joined the circus.
See, she's naked. What the fuck?
Oh no.
What the fuck is this?
What in the
I
hell?
was always Daddy's little girl. What about you? Are you still his little girl, Beverly?
Oh, sh-
Are you?
Jesus Christ. What
Wow.
the crazy old naked woman.
officially begun.
Oh.
We can do this, but we have to stick together.
Hello.
Oh God. Oh shit.
Dude, their
Wow.
adult cast like looks legit.
Yeah, okay,
So-
number
so many
one,
people I like.
yeah, they got Isaiah Mustafa, aka the Hello Ladies. Yeah, that dude. They also got James McAvoy, Jessica Chastain, called it. I really wanted them to get Seth Green to play Richie Tolzier again because I feel like that would come full circle because he played young Richie back in the 1990s
Oh, that'd be cool.
miniseries, but then he's playing adult Richie in this. But, I mean, I forget his name now.
Bill Hader.
Bill Hader, thank you. I think Bill Hader... Shut up, Siri. But I'm glad they got him because he actually looks a lot of the part as well. And because this looks like it's going to be very different from the second act of the book that we got in the
I mean, I don't disagree that it shouldn't because the ending to it is very anticlimactic. Like, it's kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
Stephen King's not known for always pulling off great endings.
But they did have a naked old lady running around, though, so...
I feel like that's how the Romans felt when they tried to conquer the Celts. It's just like,
there's a naked old lady with blue face paint on out there and be like, come and get me,
They open
you
the
old
door and she's like,
shites.
hey!
Yeah, watch me cut my
We're just like,
titty.
never mind.
I don't give a fuck.
Pulling a Matilda on him? Jesus God.
But yeah, like,
Shit's
even with
crazy.
the original miniseries, like, always the first half has been my favorite.
Same
Whereas,
here.
like,
It
the
was
second's
very
just
well
kinda,
done.
Okay, you know.
Second half, I mean, yeah, it had John Ritter. Congratulations.
So, like, in
That
this
was-
case, it looks like it could change up. Maybe I'll like the second half better.
I don't know. I
I'd
mean,
at least like to like it as much as the first half of the.
well,
this one, so.
they've got a great cast. Andreas Muschietti is coming back as the director, so that's a good thing. The only thing that I think they'll be, and plus Gary Dauberman is writing this, and he pretty much did the rewrite of the first film, but the first film still had a lot of the elements that Cary Fukunaga, one of my favorite directors right now, that he had. That he had a lot of elements in it that he had, but now I'm not sure if they'll keep those because, you know, Cary Fukunaga, he's very creative director. He's actually doing the next James Bond film. And he also did a film called Beasts of No Nation, which is a friggin' crazy-ass film. It's about an African warlord who just goes around to different places and collects children soldiers. And
I thought you were gonna say children's souls.
no, trust me, that would have been interesting. But this film still is like friggin' savage with just how brutal it is. And Cary Fukunaga is not
brutal, man.
It is. Africa is a very brutal nation, or a very
Got
brutal
a lot
continent.
Of crazy shit going on down there, bro.
And he also directed, to me, what is the best season of television that has ever been put on. True Detective Season 1.
Oh my god, that was so fucking badass.
I know, and he directed every single episode of that.
Season 2 really shit the bed for me.
Never
Oy
watched
vey,
that, but I'll have to check it out.
don't.
Dude, Season 1 of True Detectives is fucking awesome.
It's
dude.
phenomenal
It's
all the way through.
Incredible.
I mean, there's certain parts of it, dude, you will not be able to stop holding your breath because you won't know what's going to happen. And it's just, oh my gosh. I
like
loved every
detective stuff, so
second
I'm
of it.
surprised I missed that. But.
The cast of that fucking show was insane.
Well, Woody Harrelson, friggin' Matthew McConaughey,
That alone
Bridget
is
Monahan.
like,
Those two alone, they had great chemistry too.
what more do you want?
Yeah.
Usually,
Where-
if Woody Harrelson's in something, I'm interested. 'cause
Well, Matthew McConaughey will
he's
steal your
up
heart
there
in
on my
this
list
one.
of actors.
Yeah.
He's like a ex fucking, undercover drug guy who's like, he'll have acid flashbacks and shit in the middle of some shit going on. It's like, he's a badass.
And there's points where some stuff happens and you can't tell if it's real or not because you're seeing it from his perspective.
Yeah.
And whenever that happens, what happens always leads to something.
Yeah.
And you're not sure if it's his brain subconsciously leading him somewhere, or if this really did happen in real life and he's noticing it. And it's actually one of the more complex parts of that entire series is that you don't know.
Right.
The entire way through, you don't know, and it's awesome. I love that friggin' show. The first season.
All right then.
Well,
Yeah.
well, season three, from what a lot of people say, is like a return to form. I haven't seen any of it yet.
Me either.
I got through the first half of season 2, and I'm just like, I'm not enjoying this. I'm not having fun. And then I just watched the ending, and I'm like, I would have been sharply disappointed if I'd have kept going with this.
Yeah. I watched 2 episodes and said, "Fuck this."
Yeah. Well, when you change the setting from like Southern Gothic, marshlands in Louisiana to the fast lane out in Los Angeles, and it's just like, yeah, I could deal with like a location change because of the anthology nature of the show, but it just didn't feel the same at all.
Like, this version of it didn't feel the same to like the Tim Curry.
No.
Like, this shit was completely different in my opinion, and made me look at it in a completely different way.
Well, yeah, I mean,
It did and it didn't for me because like when I watched the original version, I was keeping in mind like the time it was made.
Oh, I prefer the
And-
old version way more.
I do.
Oh, really?
I do
Yeah,
really like the
I
old
do.
version, but this is more like what my imagination tries to do with like old horror. Like I try to kind of imagine like what would that look like if it was actually like modern effects or something like that, and that's kind of what I got from like the new one is just like that's more like what I imagined the old one was going for, and it was just the time period that it was made in that it didn't really look like this one. So I really do like this one. My buddy who's read the book and everything though said he was pretty disappointed with it, but I don't really know how you go on
I'm a fan of The Stand too, the old
the points on that one.
Oh, yeah.
TV
the miniseries. they did?
miniseries of The Stand. I thought that shit was
Oh,
badass.
the acid wash jean
Oh
jackets.
yeah, dude, it's like a White Snake video the whole time. I really liked it.
it's awesome. But I'm looking forward to this. I can't wait to see how they're going to pull off the ending of this version of it. How different it's going to be, or if they're going to, instead of doing what they did in the book and in the TV series, how they're going to do this and if they're going to change it up at all. I will say this part. I will say that as a horror film, I prefer this. I prefer this version of it, but I get what you're saying about the original. The original has a campy nature to it that is very difficult to replicate and has a feel of its own.
Really long adult goosebumps.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I get from it.
I like
the campy comedy horror.
Oh yeah.
The shower scene. I wish they would have had a version of that in this, where the heads literally come out and he splits the ground where the drain is.
Yeah.
I'd love to have seen them do that in this, but
In the first one, it was just a lot for me with the, oh my gosh, it's blood. That don't do much for me. Blood, oh my god.
the Saw movies ruined blood for me.
The gore porn is not my thing. Dude.
Watching too many horror movies in general start to make you real desensitized.
Well,
to
I
gore,
think
so.
it really comes from the shock that the characters have that I think they try to portray now more than ever, because the initial shock of just the blood spray. I mean, first off, I watched Brain Dead, aka Dead Alive, for everyone else out there, and there is so much gore in that film. It's the only one I've ever watched and said, I think I'm good for blood for a while. Because, holy...
Tokyo Gore Police for me was...
That one's also...
I've
that
heard
was
about that.
enough.
I've never seen it.
I didn't even watch the whole thing. I was just like, all right.
I haven't seen that one either.
It's pretty wicked, dude. Not gonna lie. Pretty friggin' wicked. But there's a lot going on with the It movie. And I'm glad they got a good cast. I'm glad that a lot of the people who worked on the first one are coming back. And I can't wait to see how this is going to play out. So I guess when more trailers come out, we'll see how everything else looks. And I guess until next time, everyone, signing off. I'm Nate.
Micah.
Hi. I'm Chad.
I'm Nick.
Hi, Chad.
Hi, Chad.
Hi, Chad.
Hi.
And we'll see you in the next one, everybody. Peace out.